Slide 1, Understanding Respiration, a Practical Study. This presentation examines the process of respiration, highlighting its biological importance and practical implications. It outlines a hands-on experiment to analyze the effects of physical activity on breathing and pulse rate. Students will explore system models, compare aerobic and anaerobic respiration, and conduct practical experiments to deepen their comprehension of this essential biological process. Slide 2, Chapter Learn Object. 1. Investigate systems and models. Students will explore systems and system models to understand the processes of respiration in organisms. 2. Compare respiration types. Analyze and contrast various types and methods of respiration across organisms, including explanations of gaseous exchange and related adaptations. 3. Express cellular respiration. Understand cellular respiration through chemical equations, illustrating the physical mechanisms behind gaseous exchange. 4. Self-assessment. Reflect on and evaluate learning outcomes at the conclusion of the chapter. Slide 3. Breathing exercise, part 1. 1. Step 1. Measure resting breath rate. While seated and at rest, use a stopwatch to count the number of breaths taken within 15 seconds. 2. Step 2. Perform physical activity. Complete 20 jumping jacks as a brief physical exercise. Step 3. Measure active breath rate. Immediately after the jumping jacks, use a stopwatch to count the number of breaths taken in 15 seconds to observe changes in breathing rate. Slide 4. Measuring pulse rate. 1. Find pulse point. Place the index and middle fingers of your left hand on the inner side of your right wrist, just below the thumb. 2. Locate pulse. Move your fingers until you feel the heartbeat, known as the pulse point. 3. Count beats. Use a stopwatch to count the number of beats felt in 15 seconds. 4. Repeat after activity. Perform 20 jumping jacks, then immediately measure the number of beats in 15 seconds to observe any changes in pulse rate. Slide 5. Recording data. This slide shows a table to document observations during the experiment. Record the number of breaths or pulse beats counted in 15 seconds for the following parameters: breaths at rest, breaths after 20 jumps, pulse beats after deep breathing, and pulse beats after 20 jumps. To calculate the counts per minute, multiply the recorded 15-second counts by 4. This helps analyze changes in respiration and pulse rates under different conditions. Slide 6. Observing changes in breathing and pulse. Breathing requirement. The exercise demonstrates that breathing requirements increase with physical activity, reflecting the body's need for more oxygen during exertion. Heartbeat changes. Similarly, the heart rate rises after physical activity, indicating an increased demand for oxygen and nutrient delivery to muscles. Slide 7. Purpose of the exercise. Effects. The primary purpose is to understand and observe the impact of physical activity on breathing and pulse rates. Practical application. This exercise provides a hands-on demonstration of how the body adapts to increased physical demands. Data collection. Students practice collecting and interpreting physiological data related to respiration and circulation, enhancing their analytical skills. Slide 8. Conclusion and next steps. Review learning objectives. Revisit the chapter's learning objectives to confirm that all aspects of respiration have been thoroughly covered. Analyze exercise data. Encourage students to analyze the data they collected during the exercise and draw conclusions about the connection between physical activity and respiratory function. Self-assessment. Remind students to complete the self-assessment at the end of the chapter to evaluate their understanding of respiration concepts.